Gotta wake up in the morning, gotta get up, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my 3DS, gotta get my game on, seeing Justin, and then I gotta beat him up because he's been looking at me lately with a funny look in his eye and I don't like it.
What?
Now some of you may have noticed that I got the 3DS a little early. Well, a fan from Japan sent it to me. To me! That's what I said, send it to me. And they sent me a really cool game to go along with it. Super Street Fighter 4. Now J-Dub gave me the system and the game. You took it from me! Gave me both of them to review, so I'm happy to say that Super Street Fighter 4 is an amazing port. Now many of you have played or seen the latest Street Fighter game. It was released first as just Street Fighter 4 on the PS3 and 360 consoles. The gameplay was good, but there were a few things lacking and things that just needed some tweaking. And that's when Super Street Fighter 4 came out and fixed the problems with the first one. Now let's address the biggest concern that most people will have about this game. Is the 3D just a gimmick, or is it truly a nice feature that enhances the experience? Well, it's flippin' awesome! No, right? Right? Right! Yeah! The 3D effect is a gimmick. I'll admit that. But the game is only enhanced by the 3D feature. There are no cheesy 3D popping out at you hokiness, and it's not a feature that you look at once and then turn it off because it looked nice but you won't play with it. It's a really nice addition to the feel of the game, and I think it does nothing but enhance the game experience. Now the 3DS is not really a system that allows for onlookers like the DSi XL was able to, as the 3D effect disappears when you tilt the system from your eyes even just about 5 degrees in any direction. So playing a fighting game where you might be moving the controller, in this case is the entire system, all over the place doesn't seem like it'd be the brightest of ideas, but it still works well. Just not for friends to watch. The 3D effect just gives you depth and fools your brain into thinking that you're looking at two fighters in the middle of a brawl. People who are very familiar with the Street Fighter 4 games and consoles will notice that some of the backgrounds are missing from this port, as well as some of the voices. These were probably taken out to compensate for the 3D effect, because the 3D is really a power and processor hog. Even so, the gameplay is quick and it doesn't lag, even with the 3D on, and it doesn't speed up with the 3D off either. It's a nice balance. As for those people who don't like 3D or can't watch it, it's quite alright. Super Street Fighter 4 still gives you an amazing fighting game on a handheld that you couldn't get on any other handheld. And the game can be played in the normal 2D way, or you can go 3D with an over-the-shoulder view. Now this mode is best for people who know how to judge distance and who want to use the 3D of the 3DS. But don't feel like you have to use it. But it is best if viewed with the 3D effect on. Now the graphics are incredible for a handheld. The characters move and flow just like they do on the home console versions. And that's a definite plus and a great example of how powerful the 3DS processor is. There is some minimal frame skipping, but unless you know what you're looking for, don't worry about it. And the 3D aspect will hide anything like that really well. The colors are vibrant and show up really great on the top screen. Now as you collect coins in the normal 3DS way, you know, shutting the case and walking around. Hey, cheater! Yeah, well you can use these coins to buy figure points. Figure points allow you to buy and unlock figurines. You can gain figure points just by playing the game. These figurines are similar to the real toy figures that are collectible in Japan. The gashapon from Japan are extremely popular and are very tradable. And this game tries to imitate it by allowing the player to unlock figures by playing a roulette game. Figures vary in stats and each one is different in its own way. You might think that the higher level figs are more powerful, and for the most part they are, but it's very possible to find a figure that's lower in level that can beat the pants off a higher level figure. How do they fight? Well, you can assign them in this area here to activate when you put the 3DS on sleep mode. If you pass by someone who also has been playing the game, then your figurines fight. If you win, then you unlock another figure. There are over 500 figures to collect. There's no need to worry that you'll unlock exact duplicates, as the game just allows you to unlock what you don't have. But it can be hard to have the Street Pass work. J-Dub and I sat next to each other for several hours waiting for a damn trade, but it never did. Finally, we went to the mall, and when we came home, we saw that it finally took, and our figures fought. Now, where the game actually starts to fail a bit is in the control area. I mean, people are used to playing on fighting sticks and on gamepads, or on Wiimotes. I heard that! And so not having as many buttons up front causes the control to be a tad difficult. The shoulder buttons on the 3DS are kinda small, and so both J-Dub and I had problems using them effectively for things like heavy kicks and heavy punches. But the nice thing is that you can just change them. So I make the shoulder buttons my grabs or light kicks and punches, and make the front buttons my medium and heavy attacks. The circle button works well for the different moves. Unfortunately, those of you who are used to using the D-pad are in for a slight disappointment, as the D-pad is much too far down on the 3DS to be effectively and comfortably used as a controller. This is how it is with every game, but it's really obvious with the Super Street Fighter 4. Now there's a feature in the 3DS that isn't on any other systems, the touchpad to do super moves. Now if you're like J-Dub in there and just no good with fighting games, then this will be a godsend. If you're like me and are pretty good at them, then you still might like it. The deal is that you just have to touch the screen when one of the moves is highlighted and the move goes off. Now since this takes away all of the motion controls to pull off a super move, it's possible to do moves and combos that are impossible on any other system. Like M. Bison, his moves are charge based, and so you can do many destructive combos with ease. And that's good and bad. Good in that it's much easier to play characters people might otherwise have difficulty with. Bad in that it breaks many characters for many experts and pros. But when you're playing online, you can choose the option not to play against people who have the touchpad. You can also choose to play people who do use the touchpad. And that's an excellent feature, and I know that many people have been using it since day one. Or if you got a couple of buddies who are playing, you can just sit back and watch them brawl it out in the spectator mode. Now that is something that is truly worthwhile. All in all, the features for this port are great. They kept in the training mode so people can learn and practice combos, arcade mode versus, it's just a lot in this game. Now all the DLC costumes for the home console are unlocked in the 3DS, and it makes it for a truly accessible game for everyone. So for being an amazingly well done port of a fighting game, for all the features that you can use, and for being extremely beginner friendly, I really gotta give this game 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 Hadoukens! It's a great 3DS launch title that needs to be picked up by fighting gamer aficionados as well as people who want to get better at fighting games. It's missing a few of the background parts and does suffer from some frame skipping, but both factors you can forget about, and they're only noticeable if you're picky. Honest, this must buy. Get it.